Cars that aren't just metal boxes on wheels, but legends with stories to tell. And what better way to start than with a vehicle that is, quite simply, unbreakable. It's a machine that has seen more of this planet than David Attenborough. It's been to both poles, crossed every desert you can imagine, and climbed mountains that would make a goat tremble. I'm talking, of course, about the one and only, the powerful Toyota Land Cruiser. It's more than just a car, it's a global institution. Look, some cars are designed to look good parked in front of a fancy hotel in London. They're built for show, to flaunt how much money you have. The Land Cruiser isn't one of those cars. It was designed with a completely different purpose: to simply not stop. Ever. It doesn't care about trends or fads. It cares about getting you from point A to a very distant and possibly dangerous point B, and then bringing you back again, even if point A is a civilized city and point B is the middle of the Australian desert during a heat wave. This is the car the United Nations uses, and they know a thing or two about tough places. The Land Cruiser's reputation is built on one simple, unwavering promise: absolute, unquestionable reliability. It's the kind of vehicle you'd choose if you were told you had to drive to the end of the world. While other, more fragile SUVs would give up and cry by the side of the road, the Land Cruiser would still be warming up. It scoffs at things that scare normal cars, like sand, mud, rocks, and extreme temperatures. It is, essentially, the cockroach of the automotive world, and I mean that in the most positive way possible. It will be here, after we're all gone. This series will dive deep into the stories behind iconic vehicles, and the Land Cruiser is the perfect starting point. It's a car that earned its respect, not on a racetrack, but in the harshest environments on Earth. We'll explore its long history, and understand the mechanical genius that makes it so strong, and see how it evolved from a simple workhorse to a luxurious yet capable family car. So, buckle up. This isn't just a story about a car. This is a story about survival, engineering, and the enduring power of a brilliant idea. The story of the undisputed king of the terrain. The Land Cruiser's story didn't start in a fancy design studio. It started in 1951, born out of necessity. The original, called the Toyota Jeep BJ, was a tough, practical military vehicle. It was Toyota's answer to the American Willys Jeep, a machine built to conquer any terrain it faced. It was so tough that it became the first vehicle to climb to the 6th station of Mount Fuji. This wasn't a car for a nice Sunday drive. This was a tool, a piece of equipment designed for serious work. It paved the way for everything that came after it, laying a foundation of pure, unadulterated toughness right from the start. From these military roots, the Land Cruiser blossomed into a civilian icon. The legendary 40 series, launched in 1960, is what many people picture when they think of a classic Land Cruiser. It was simple, mechanical, and practically unbreakable. Then came the 60 series in the 80s, which started to introduce the idea of comfort. It was bigger, more like a station wagon, but it never lost its off-road DNA. The 80 series in the 90s was a huge leap forward, blending ruggedness with modern features and becoming a legend in its own right. The 100 and 200 series followed, continuing to add layers of refinement and power. Each generation built on the one before it, never forgetting the core principles. Toyota's engineers understood a basic truth: you can add comfort, you can add technology, but you must never, ever, sacrifice reliability. The 200 series, for example, became a status symbol in cities, but it was still the default choice for anyone venturing into the desert or jungle. And now, we have the latest 300 series. It's a complete redesign, lighter and more advanced than ever, but it carries the same spirit of the original BJ model from over 70 years ago. The mission remains the same: go anywhere, always come back. This incredible lineage is what makes the Land Cruiser command so much respect. It hasn't just been around for a long time, it has proven itself, time and time again, across decades and continents. It has evolved from a simple truck to a sophisticated SUV without losing its soul. It's a rolling history lesson in automotive engineering, showing how you build a vehicle that can stand the test of time, an angry badger, a sandstorm, and maybe a small apocalypse. Other cars come and go, but the Land Cruiser endures, a testament to the rightness of the equation from the very beginning. So, what makes this thing the king of the desert? It's not just a cool nickname, it's a title it earned through clever, and frankly, over-the-top engineering. It starts with the basics: a real body-on-frame chassis, while lesser SUVs switch to unibody designs for better on-road performance. The Land Cruiser sticks to the old-school, tougher frame. This makes it incredibly strong and able to handle the twisting forces it faces on rough trails. It's the kind of foundation you need when you're climbing rocks the size of washing machines or driving through deep sand in the middle of nowhere. It's the chassis of a true off-road vehicle. Then you have the heart of its power, the four-wheel drive system. This isn't one of those part-time 4WD systems that only kick in when the car gets scared. It's a full-time 4WD system designed for constant, non-stop action. And it comes with differential locks. Engaging them forces the wheels on one axle to spin at the same speed, which is key for getting out of situations where one wheel is stuck in sand or hanging in the air. Add to that its high ground clearance, which lets it drive over obstacles that would rip the belly out of a less capable car, and you've got a machine built for serious exploring. The Land Cruiser is also built to hold up in harsh weather. In places like the Middle East, where temperatures can get really high, engine cooling is a matter of life or death. The Land Cruiser has always had a huge radiator and a cooling system designed to handle the worst heat without breaking a sweat. It's also carefully sealed to protect its important parts from fine, sneaky sand that can destroy an engine in minutes. Every part, from the air intake to the wheel bearings, is designed assuming it will face the toughest conditions you can imagine. It's not just tested in a lab, it's tested in the real, tough world. The engines are another key part of the legend. For decades, the Land Cruiser has offered a range of big, quiet, and absolutely reliable gasoline and diesel engines, especially the V8s. These engines weren't built for crazy speed, they were built for power and to last a long time. They ran with little stress, meaning they could work all day with heavy loads without complaining. The new 300 series has a more modern V6 twin-turbo engine, which is stronger and more efficient. Even so, Toyota spent years making sure this new engine lives up to the same legendary reliability standards. Power is useless if it's not reliable, and that's a lesson the Land Cruiser has mastered. With all our talk about deserts and mountains, the modern Land Cruiser isn't just a simple hut on wheels. While its ancestors were as basic as a hammer, the newer generations have really embraced luxury. Open the door of the new 300 series, and you won't be greeted by exposed metal and rubber mats. Instead, you'll find an interior that wouldn't look out of place in a fancy German sedan. The seats are covered in soft, fancy leather. The dashboard is decorated with wood and metal accents, and everything you touch feels solid and high class. It's a strange but cool contrast. A vehicle that can climb a volcano is also a quiet and comfy place to sit in traffic. The technology inside is just as impressive. The dashboard has a big, clear touch screen that controls everything from navigation to the multi-zone climate control. You get a fancy sound system, smartphone connection, and even a cool box in the center console to keep your drinks cold, which makes perfect sense whether you're in the Sahara Desert or just dropping the kids off at school. It's full of features designed to make long trips easy. You can travel for hundreds of miles in almost complete silence, cut off from the road and the outside world, surrounded by your leather-lined fortress. Safety has also become a top priority. The Land Cruiser comes with Toyota Safety Sense, which is a bunch of smart driver assist systems. This includes things like a pre-collision warning system, adaptive cruise control that automatically adjusts your speed to the car in front of you, and lane keeping assist. This is a far cry from the old models, where a big steel bumper was considered the main safety feature. Now the Land Cruiser uses radar and cameras to actively help you avoid accidents, making it not only one of the toughest cars on the road, but also one of the safest for your family. This mix of extreme capability and fancy luxury is what makes the modern Land Cruiser so special. It's a vehicle that doesn't compromise. You don't have to choose between a comfy family car and an adventure machine that can go anywhere. You get both in one package. It proves that being tough doesn't mean you have to be uncomfortable. It can be a powerful tool when you need it, and a quiet, fancy limousine the rest of the time. It is, in many ways, the perfect car for the modern world, able to handle any situation you might face, from a fancy event to the end of the world. Of course, the king of the desert doesn't rule without a fight. It has rivals, good rivals who compete for the crown of the best SUV. The most famous one is the Nissan Patrol. Like the Land Cruiser, the Patrol has a long and famous history, and it also started as a tough, military-style vehicle. It's very popular, especially in the Middle East, And known for its strong engines and off-road abilities, it's a worthy opponent, a true giant in the sand dunes. Then there's the Range Rover from Britain, which focuses more on pure luxury and advanced technology and offers a wonderfully comfortable ride on both paved and rough roads. However, when things get really tough and when you're miles away from any hope of rescue, there's one reason people keep choosing the Land Cruiser. It's steady, boring, predictable reliability. While the Range Rover might offer a more luxurious interior or a smoother ride on the highway, it's also known for its complicated electronics that can, and often do, break down. The Patrol is a great car, but the Land Cruiser has built a worldwide reputation over 70 years for simply refusing to break down. This reputation is built on stories from mechanics in remote villages who say the only thing they do to a Land Cruiser is change the oil. This reputation for longevity isn't by chance. It's the result of Toyota's philosophy of continuous improvement and conservative engineering. They don't rush to put the latest untested technology into the Land Cruiser. They test every component until it fails, and then they make it stronger. This means you can buy a Land Cruiser today with confidence that it will still be working perfectly in 10, 20, or even 30 years. This is why used Land Cruisers hold their value so well. People know they're buying a vehicle built to last a lifetime, not just until the warranty runs out. So, that's it. The Toyota Land Cruiser. It's not the fastest, nor is it the prettiest car in the world, but it is the most reliable. It's the machine you can bet your life on. It's a moving monument to engineering excellence and a promise that no matter where you want to go, it will get you there and back. The Patrol is a great car. The Range Rover is a beautiful place to be, but the Land Cruiser is the one you can trust. It is, and for the foreseeable future, it will remain the undisputed king. Stay with us as we continue to explore more automotive legends in the coming weeks.